Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is our intuitive exercise for the day, our new perspective. We'll just move these over a little bit. This is, it's a new deck. It's the Pulp Tarot and I just reviewed it, and I gotta tell you, I've been shuffling these all day, every day for a few days, and I still came up with this. So let's get started. Apparently, this is the exercise we were meant to have, right? So the Pulp Tarot, great deck. Check out the review. It's an independent artist that has created this by the name of Todd Alcott. And in the review, I have a link to his Etsy store if it's something that you would like to purchase for yourself. After watching the review, it's a wonderful deck. I've had a lot of fun with it. And so let's see what we got. We've got 4 major arcanas, looks like. We've got the Sun, Strength, the World, and the Fool. Then we have the Knight of Wands and the 4 of Cups. So major arcana, we've got 4 of them. They are major events and situations that happen in our lives. They do not and will not go unnoticed. You will know it, you will see it, you will feel it when that major event or situation arises in your life, right? So the Sun is the happiest card in the deck, as they say. It is about clarity, about freedom, about finally knowing your way, about clarity on a situation, on your life purpose, on whatever the case may be. And the Strength card is not just, it's not physical strength, it's internal strength, right? It's the strength of your soul, it's the strength of your character. I stand by my motto is the saying that my grandma used to tell me almost daily: the softer the touch, the stronger the arm, right? So that's what strength is about. It's about overcoming adversity and maintaining the strength of your character, right? Or while maintaining the strength of your character. Maintaining that integrity that is involved with being strong in a situation, that requires strength in a situation, something that obviously is intimidating, right? If it's a major arcana, then it represents something that is a major event or situation in our lives, right? So the World is the last card in the major arcana part of a tarot deck. It is the end of the journey, the end of the Fool's journey. But it's more than that. It is also the beginning of a new Fool's journey, right? A new hero's journey, whatever it is that you would like to call it, which ironically, we have the Fool, right? So we go from the end of a major life event, situation, journey to a new one, right? The Fool card is about new beginnings, right? 0 is an eternal number. It's a number of in eternity, right? So it's, there's a lot to be said about that. I mean, eternity has no beginning and no ending, right? But it also speaks of going full cycle when learning something, when experiencing something, when feeling something, just like, let's say, this is probably a poor example, but going through the loss of a loved one, right? You go through all of those several stages, of the, surprise and the suddenness and the denial and the coming to terms and the, all the other stages, and you're feeling all of those emotions and experiencing all of these experiences all in one rush, right? And, you know, I don't envy anyone who loses a loved one, right? I've lost a few, and it never gets any easier. It really doesn't. And that, you know, I've at a very early age came to understand that, you know, that saying "time heals all wounds" is a crock of shit, right? Our wounds don't heal. And our pain doesn't lessen. We just grow accustomed to it, right? That hole in your heart will always be there for that one that you love, no matter what, right? Just no matter what. So, and it all depends on how well you can numb that pain or become accustomed to that pain. That, you know, that depends on how many happy memories you have of that, you know, person or those experiences or whatever it was that can get you through, right? If you don't have so many happy memories, then it's going to be harder to dull that pain or to accommodate that pain, right? But I digress. So that's what the number 0 is. It's about eternity. It's infinite, but at the same time, it's about cycles, right? The wheel goes round and round, right? And you go through those cycles and those lessons, and how you get through them, you know, depends on mindset, right? So the Fool, starting a new journey, right? New beginnings. Hi, Phyllis. So Knight of Wands. Wands is a fire element, and it's about action, creativity, passion, enthusiasm. It's entrepreneurial. It's going for it. Now, the Knight of Wands, which I think, and I mentioned the Dukes of Hazzard when I was reviewing this, because this card reminds me of the Dukes of Hazzard, but I digress. Now, the Knight of Wands is known as the player, right? He's the player of the Knights. It's a very fast in and out energy, and not to say that's a bad thing, because there are some bursts of energy or bursts of inspiration that we as human beings need to come and go just as quickly as they came in, right? There are some forms of inspiration that we can't have lingering around, because if they did linger around, then we wouldn't be surprised by them. We wouldn't be enamored by them. We wouldn't be prodded to make a move and take action quickly when we saw them if they came in and stayed, right? Which, you know, I know Knight of Wands gets a bad rap because, you know, player, right? If you're talking about a person, because a lot of times court cards can represent, you know, people. I prefer to view the court cards as the energy or the essence of, you know, what could be a human being, what could be something within yourself that you're exuding, right? Or playing out. But regardless, I think that the Knight of Wands kind of gets a bad rap, being called the player of the tarot. But, you know, it's well earned at the same time, right? In and out energy. If it's somebody, you know, depending on how the cards are laid out, if it's somebody that's, you know, just a player that someone is enamored with and, you know, wants to have a deep, intimate connection with, and then they're like, I'm outie, that's not pleasant, you know, but perhaps it's a lesson that needed to be learned, right? Nothing ever happens for no reason. You know, there's always something that you can get out of every situation that you find yourself in, right? It depends on how you view it, you know, whether you want to see the silver lining or not, whether you want to look deeper for an answer to whatever questions you might have, or take a step back and look at the situation and wonder, okay, so this happened and it hurt, but what is the lesson that I need to take from this, right? How can this help me to improve my life, right? Because the only one who can improve or destroy your life is you, right? The only person who can change your mind is you. So then we go on over, Knight of Cups. These cards are great. They're very cheeky, and they've got this sassiness kind of vibe to them. I just dig these cards. So, okay, so now we're going over to the Four of Cups while I'm wasting time here, right? Four of Cups. So here we go. Cups is water elements. And it has everything to do with emotions, feelings, intuition, deep emotions, soulful emotions, right? It's very intuitive and very fluid, right? Very going with the flow. It can be very nurturing and loving, and it's very, sometimes it's, for those who are not emotionally connected or connected to their emotions or emotionally balanced, the Suit of Cups and that energy can be overwhelming, right? And can be like, oh, God, but it's a necessary thing. We need water to be alive. It sustains life, right? Water sustains life. And so we have to embrace those emotions and feelings and that intuition and that dreaminess, right? Because that's what makes the world go round, what makes the universe happen, what makes, human beings, right? So out of all of these cards, which card was your eye intuitively drawn to first? And what is it that attracted you to that? You need to ask yourself that. And then just go from there. Because remember, I don't designate, what columns and rows are, or what they were intended to mean. These are just loose, loose and free and wild, right? That's how I don't designate any one thing, especially like when you do a general reading and go, hey, universe or spirit or whatever you want to designate it. I just, what do we need to look forward to in, the next few weeks or whatever, and leaving it general, because these are intuitive exercises. So we don't know if we asked about love or a specific situation or anything. These are all loosey-goosey. So go with it. Just go from the first card that you were intuitively drawn to, and let your intuition go from there. It helps me to write down the messages as I allow my intuition to guide me from card to card. When I lay out my cards, I just let them fall, and usually they're a scattered mess. I made them all nice and neat here on screen because, I needed to fit them all in the camera. So, but usually they're just like I just let them consume my table, right? But for visual space, I have to be a little more constructive here. So just go ahead and start from there. And let me know in the comment section below. And thank you all so much who have commented and given your perspective. I love reading your perspectives. I tell you, Soul Tribe, you guys are just so in tune, and you are doing so well with tuning into your intuition. You're just amazing. And I am so honored that I have the opportunity to connect with all of you. So, feel free to put anything you want in the comment section, you know, except for dirty words, because, you know, they might get flagged by the, I don't know, the YouTube police or something. I don't know. I don't know what sensory rules and regulations the YouTube has, but I'm sure they have some. So just be mindful and polite so we don't get in trouble. Okay, but I would love to hear what your perspective is on these. And then of course we have some whatchamacallit, oracle cards that will either add to you know, the messages that you received, or they could confirm the messages that you've received, right? So we have a sea soul journey. Let's see what we got. Play. May you seek out fun and connection. Isn't that interesting? How does that connect with you? For me, this really connects actually with the Knight of Wands and the Sun, as well as the Fool. It's just, that's beautiful. I really enjoyed this. And then, of course, we have Into the Lonely Woods, and I will read from the guidebook. I love this deck. Number 26, The Fortunate Companion. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at them. I love these cards. This artistry is just, I mean, I just can't say enough good things about this oracle deck, Into the Lonely Woods. If you haven't seen the review on it, check it out. I think I cried like 5 or 6 times. It's a beautiful, beautiful oracle, and it is deeply connected to me. I will probably be buried with this deck. That's how much I love this deck. It's just, I'm just so grateful that I was drawn to this deck. So here we go. Number 26, The Fortunate Companion. When we walk alone for a time, and especially if we have walked alone to learn to know who we are once again, allowing others in, allowing others in is a very vulnerable experience, yet it is worthwhile. There is a fortunate companion who wants only to share their friendship gladly, with no demands or expectations, but with joy at having you by their side for a time. When you both connect, there grows good fortune, for you benefit each other with the gifts of laughter, sharing, and understanding. Trust and listen as they share the secrets of their soul, for you too are safe to share what lies so very deep within you with this kindred spirit, this fortunate companion of the lonesome path. Isn't that gorgeous? I just really love this. I really see how this connects with these different cards. Oh, did I forget to say 4 of Cups? 4 of Cups speaks to grief and loss, right? It speaks to boredom, emotional complacency, right? Just feeling disappointed. You know, she's manifested these 3 cups thinking that they were going to be something special, and they ended up not being what she expected them to be. So she's at the point of disappointment. When this divine cup comes in, she's not paying attention to it because she's sitting in her own sorrow and grief, you know, just so disappointed that, you know, these other cups were not what she had expected them to be. So yeah, I can see that. I can see where the oracle cards are really connecting with the tarot cards. How are they connecting with you? Let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next video.